Looking at it from the outside, from a business analysis perspective, how would you grade the administration on what they've done across the board, whether it's housing, jobs, et cetera?
Well, the housing plan so far has not been successful. That's just a fact. The home affordability modification program has not met with good numbers. So I think they're moving away from that. They've definitely softened the effort on that. As far as jobs are concerned, the jobs in the United States are really unemployment is a structural problem. So you have 1 in 4 construction workers out of work, and you have, I think, an environment, we are looking for people all the time. And so it's very hard for us to find appropriately qualified candidates. And we think, but there's an almost 10% unemployment rate out there. How could this be? It's the type of employee that you're looking for. It's no secret that the largest group of unemployed persons in this country are, barely high school educated. And so one thing that a crisis of this magnitude should provoke change on is education. We really have to focus on education in this country. And education, taking dollars away from pension programs for teachers that dwarf any pension program that I've ever seen in my lifetime, and really putting appropriate resources into getting the best teachers to educate kids to be the most competitive. I mean, you've got structural unemployment of men between 45 and 55 unemployed that are unskilled workers. We got to find jobs for them, and that doesn't mean create a job just to stave off the pain for a year. Retrain those people.
Looking at the criticism that the administration has faced, folks saying, some people, that they're anti-business, is any of that criticism warranted, looking at the policies aimed at businesses in general?
I think it's very warranted. I think that the administration has, vilified business. I mean, it's a fact. I mean, they change their mind all the time, but is business friend or foe? The regulatory environment has been almost like walking into a minefield. You don't know where the next landmine is. I think that if you had a cogent policy of making businesses understand what the regulatory framework will look like, that there won't be sort of a volleyball in terms of this group promotes this form of regulation, and then this other group will have to sort out the details. There's so much uncertainty. Taxes are another big issue. I think that things come out of nowhere so quickly. An example would be this Department of Justice investigation on American Express yesterday. Out of the blue, with absolute disregard for legal precedent. That is a very uncertain business environment. So I think that a lot of businesses are plugging along, hiring where they can, trying to grow. But I would say that so much the focus is on what does DC decide to do tomorrow, not today, but what are they going to decide to do tomorrow? Right. And these are all things that can be changed. These are all things that can, these are not set in stone issues.
So what needs to be done? Because the president has an opportunity now to name 3 new key economic advisors.
Well, it's also no secret that almost no one in the White House has business experience. So I think this is a terrific opportunity to name someone from business, not just with business experience, from the business community, to be the ambassador to the business community. Obama's not from the business community. He needs someone to help him bridge. Obama has a lot of support within the business community. He needs some type of liaison to the business community to, I think, resurrect a lot of that support.
Any names that stand out to you? Ideal business leaders?
Any of the names that I would name, I would not want that job.
That's the thing. You have to get someone to take the job.
Right. Well, I mean, it's hard to refuse any president's call, but I wouldn't want to put anyone in that position. But there are a tremendous amount of qualified people out there, and I hope that he reaches out to many of them.
Can you put someone from Wall Street in the president's inner circle because of public reaction?
You could put anyone there, right? You have to deal with the consequences of public reaction and say this is the best person for the job. It doesn't have to be someone from Wall Street. It can be someone, where's Al Lafley these days, right? It could be it could be someone from business who knows not just the U.S. markets, but global markets, to get a cogent trade policy. There's so many issues that haven't been dealt with because there's been so many distractions along the way. I wouldn't wish for a day walking in Obama's shoes. It's an incredibly challenging job. But the more he can reach out and ask for help, I think the easier his job could be.